Hello Exile. Today I will take you to try to become an assassin. Thinking follow me. We will stealth to behind the enemy. After that, you take them down in one shot. The picture will be like this. First, we will start with the main skill of this build, that is the Viper style of the Mamba. This is a new skill in this league. It can inflict highest damage of the poison that deal more damage by 200%, but you can only have one stack of the poison. We have the skill that can combo with this, that is the ambush skill. This is a skill that will teleport you to the enemy. After that, you will getting a buff that increase your critical strike chain and your critical strike multiplier. This buff will give you a lot of critical strike chain base that help you easier to make 100% of critical strike rate. When we have 100% of critical strike rate, next thing we need to have that is the critical strike multiplier. We use the amulet that called Marilyn Fallacy. This amulet will increase your critical strike multiplier to 240%, but it have one downside, that is this amulet will raise your critical strike chain by 40%. But don't worry, because we have a lot of base critical strike chain from the ambush skill, we still can reaching 100% of critical strike rate. But you need a little bit increased critical strike chain from passive skill 3. One thing you need to know is the critical strike multiplier don't increase the damage of your poison. But don't worry, because we have the passive skill that called Perfect Agony Keystone. This passive will give you 2 damage over time multiplier from 50% of critical strike multiplier. Now, we have too much down over time multiplier from the critical, but one thing we not have, that is the increased damage. To address this, we use the one passive that called Rotor Lens. This passive will give you 300% increased poison damage if the enemy don't have the poison yet. Yes, because we only play on one stack of poison, this passive not have drawback to us, and this passive not have the limit. That means you can use it as much as you want to stack the increased damage. The Viper style skill is a little bit more special than other skill, because this skill has a special tag that say if you use with the weapon in dual hand, it will deal the damage with the bot weapon in one hit. With this tag, I recommend the sword that called Rebuild of the Wall, because this sword have high death base damage, around 600 units in the mix of elements. This means if you use this sword in the bottom of your hand, it's equal to you use the weapon with a base damage around 1200 units. Yes, it should cost the mirror tier weapon, but it's available in one chaos. Now we have a powerful weapon, but don't forget the sword base damage is mixing of elements including physical and chaos. As you know, fire, lightning and cold damage cannot be calculated to the poison damage. That is why we need to use the new item from this league that called Poison Berry Tincture. Tincture is a new fact adding in this league. You can use it if you have the coaching base passive in the Wildwood Acidic class. The tincture comes with effect allow all damage type can infect the poison. This will help you to use all of damage from Rebuild of the Wall sword to convert to poison. From everything, now you have a strongest one stack poison, but we can double this damage with the skill that called Alchemist Mark. When you inflict the poison on the enemy, this mark will create a cursed scar that dealing 80% damage from the strongest poison on the enemy. Yes, we only have one poison on the enemy. That means this skill boosts your damage to double. As you see, this combo can deal high damage in single target only. This skill not have AoE for clear the map. To clear map smoother, we need the passive from the Pathfinder class, that is the Master Toxicity. This passive gives you when you kill a poison enemy, the poison on them will spread to nearby enemy. This means you only kill one of them. After that, all of the pack of monsters will die like this. For the defensive part, you can adapt with your playstyle. All of the other items that I not to reference in this video is not fit. You can pay everything you like. Armor, evasion, but not, or maybe more life, up to you. So feel free to custom them as you want. Thank you everyone who joined to watch this video guide. This guide is not cover every item or every detail. I will tell you only core concept of my build. I understand everyone have their play style, so feel free to customize as you need. If you have any question, please drop your comment below. Thank you for watching.